The Who Would Win of the Week this week is Gordon Ramsay versus the Soup Nazi from Seinfeld.
You want to start? You start.
Okay. First of all, let me pull out this. It's a ladle signed by the actor who played the Soup Nazi himself.
Whose name? Not his real name. What's his character name?
Yev Kassem.
Yev Kassem.
This ladle is signed by Yev Kassem himself. And Yev, we don't know a ton about him, but it clearly seems like he comes from like some Eastern European country where like life was very hard.
Yeah.
And he became, as a man, very hard. And he takes his soups very, very seriously. Gordon Ramsay, also a pretty tough guy, certainly expects a lot from anyone who's like trying to get into the cooking field. He's like, if you want to do this, you got to work hard and you got to do it right. But I think there is something to be said about the Soup Nazi being so specialized, so focused on his soup. Because Gordon, I mean, it's steak. His scrambled eggs are famous. Scallops, obviously. Like, it's all that stuff, which, from a culinary standpoint, shout out to him. But we're talking these two guys getting in the ring, facing each other mano a mano. Somebody like the Soup Nazi, because the Soup Nazi is the Soup Nazi all the time. Gordon Ramsay is sometimes, like, if you see him on Master Chef Kids or whatever that is, like, he's really good with those kids, which is what you don't want to be mean to the kids, obviously. But the Soup Nazi would be mean to those kids.
See, I'm glad you brought this up. And when I saw this fight, you know the winner right away. I actually don't even think the fight's close. I really wanted to do the Who Would Win of the Week more to shit on Gordon Ramsay, which I'm about to do.
Okay.
I don't actually know whether or not he's a good chef. I'll take your word for it, I suppose, that he cooks up a mean meal.
Trust me.
I think everything else about the guy is total fraud. I think he's a fraud. I think it's all fraudulent.
Well, it's a personality thing.
Yeah, I think it's all an act. I don't think he's that guy.
I think he's a little bit that guy. Like, I don't think he holds back, but I don't think he's like, and sometimes he plays it up, but I do think he's serious about it. If he was like running his own kitchen in his own restaurant, I'm sure he would be very much like the show The Bear, because I think that's how a lot of those places are. Like, it's a very cutthroat world. Dude.
So I'm not saying the guy's like sunshine and roses off camera, but like I don't think he's at all the man he pretends to be. Also, you have so much dust on your sleeve from that. That thing was incredibly
really dusty. Yeah.
I think Gordon Ramsay, I think the whole thing's an act. I think he's a fraud. I think the Soup Nazi, I got the hiccups.
I hear you. Sorry.
I don't know what to do.
Just believe
I'm
in
trying
yourself?
to battle.
Yeah.
But I'm telling a story with the hiccups on a podcast. It's not going well.
Story of my life.
I think the Soup Nazi, so you said a couple things. One, I would agree. I think he immigrated from somewhere where he had a very difficult life beforehand. And I also, this is a total inference, I would assume that he has some military experience.
Ooh.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he was even like a chef in the military, and that's where he honed in his ability to make soups. But I will say that he still has, he still had to go through some type of militaristic style training. I would assume, tough life growing up, immigrated here, started his business, and he knew one way to run it, and that's why it's successful. And also, to your point, he specializes in soup. He's not doing non-soup things because he is honing a craft, and it's multiple kinds of soup. It's not just one soup.
But it's soup.
It's like, hey, I'm going to be great at soup. I'm going to be detail-oriented when it comes to my craft, and I'm going to be one of the best of all time at it.
And his shop is like about the size of this room. It's just soup lying out the door every day.
Yeah. And also
the dedication that takes.
So that adds to it too. And again, maybe that's from his potential military experience that I'm creating. That I'm assuming he has. Also, I imagine the Soup Nazi as like 6'4" with like 17-inch hands. Like, I just assume he's got massive paws. You know what I mean? Gordon Ramsay to me, again, this is not statistical, but this does play in this sense, is 5'10" and a half, but he tells everybody he's 6 foot because he's a little bit self-conscious about the fact that he's only 5'10" and a half.
Yeah.
And that's why he goes around running, yelling at people who, again, the people that go on his shows, they know they're not good cooks.
Yeah.
So don't fucking berate them.
No.
Just tell them how to make tell them how to make the mac and cheese.
They need to get their ass in gear. That's the problem with Kitchen Nightmares is the motherfuckers on that show are lazy as shit, and they don't care.
No,
that they're bad.
I'm talking about the ones where it's like Kitchen Nightmares is the one where he goes to actual restaurants, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the ones where they bring in like the worst chefs of all time and like make them compete against each other, kind of thing.
Oh, I don't know if he was on that show, Worst Chefs in America. I don't think so.
No, it wasn't that. But no, it was the one where they were in the ring and he would scream at people though.
Oh, Master Chef.
Maybe.
Those are good chefs though.
No, but it was shitty chefs. I'm almost positive.
I don't know. But
and also,
sure.
Here's the thing. This is really food in a nutshell. Everybody's taste buds are different, right?
Maybe.
So what tastes
I don't know
good?
the sides behind
What
that.
tastes good to somebody that Gordon Ramsay's yelling at, or what tastes bad to Gordon Ramsay might taste good to the person he's yelling at. Whereas the soup Nazi, he understands you might not like his soup, and if that's the case, he doesn't give a shit. Just get out of his line.
Yeah.
You don't like
moving.
this? You're gone. You're done. I don't need you. I'm not like no soup. That's fine. But he's not gonna light you up. Be like, you need to do it this way. He's not gonna tell you, no, you need to eat this soup. He's just gonna say, fine, boom, you're gone. You're done.
Yeah.
See you later.
To sum up my perception of this battle, I don't feel exactly the same way you do as Gordon Ramsay. I do think that this is like just two tough guys, but one of them is clearly just so much tougher than the other one that the soup Nazi.
Yeah. Well,
is
no,
taking
Gordon
it.
Ramsay, I don't think is tough, but the soup
I
Nazi
hear you. That's
is
where we
legit.
differ, but
And the soup Nazi, I know this is the first one of the year, but I'll tell you right now, I think he's making a run.
I would love to see him go far.
364 days from now, 360 days from now, whatever it is, you guys are going to
be on the lookout for
hard
Yev
pressed
Kassem.
for Yev Kassem to not win a championship. I'm taking the soup Nazi.
I'm taking the soup Nazi too, baby. Represent.
Shout out a clean sweep. Vote on that on Friday on Instagram. Who would win of the week? What's his name?
Yev Kassem.
Yev Kassem, the soup Nazi from Seinfeld versus Gordon Ramsay, the fraudulent chef.
Terrific.